UFC 271, Israel Adesanya versus Robert Whittaker Part 2 takes place in a couple days. I'm just going to take a moment to go through some of my favorite fighters on this card from a betting perspective, some of my most confident picks, and some of my most confident props as well. So last time we did a breakdown of all 15 fights, made a prediction whether we were betting them or not. These are bets that I'm actually placing this week or have already placed, both fighters and props. So for some of the best fighters, my top five here: Jeremiah Wells, Ronnie Lawrence, Alex Perez, Sergey Morozov, and Casey O'Neill. So some of these prices are a bit inflated, but some of the value bets I like: Jeremiah Wells at minus 235. I feel like there's still some value on Jeremiah Wells in this spot, which means that I think that he could be priced even higher than minus 235. So he's taking on a newcomer in the UFC, Mike Mathetha, or Blood Diamond, however he wants to be. He refers to himself as Blood Diamond, so they might just call him that. That's Israel Adesanya's training partner, a guy he's kickboxed with in the past. I think that guy is very, very inexperienced at MMA. His striking looks a bit sloppy at times, even on the kickboxing scene, which, I'm sure he knows what he's doing. He's had a long career, but as far as translating to MMA, I don't see it happening against Jeremiah Wells, who's a legitimate black belt in jiu-jitsu. I think Jeremiah Wells can win this fight pretty easily inside the distance. So to take the money line at minus 235, I think is a great bet. I like Ronnie Lawrence here to take on Mana Martinez. That kind of speaks for itself. Minus 300 for Ronnie Lawrence. Not a whole lot of value extra on that. That's already a 75% probability that he wins. But I like him as a parlay piece. I think the pressure he puts on, the relentless takedowns will be enough to win. A pretty easy, either late finish in the fight or decision. I like Alex Perez a lot to take on Matt Schnell. This fight is, was supposed to be materialized a couple times already. Matt Schnell had a trouble with his weight cut down to flyweight last time. So we have to take a look at the scales tomorrow and see if he even makes weight for this fight. But if it does, I think there's just already so much going against Matt Schnell, his durability and the tough weight cut. Not to mention the overwhelming volume of Alex Perez should just be more than enough to probably take out Matt Schnell inside the distance. So at minus 370, that's a high price, but I like him as a parlay piece. Sergey Morozov, I like at minus 190. That's not a bad price tag on him. And I think he's going to... We've seen Silva de Andrade, his opponent, have a lot of trouble with guys that have grapple-heavy game plans. Not to mention Morozov is more than competent on the feet, and he was on the M1 global regional scene in Russia, which is a very solid promotion. He's faced UFC caliber opponents already before he even got to the UFC. So I see him minus 190, not a bad price tag on him. Last but not least, Casey O'Neill. This one I kind of regret because she's at minus 400, you're talking about an 80% probability to win against Roxanne Modafferi. Even though Roxanne has a horrible record, this is probably the biggest test of Casey O'Neill's career, and I don't think I gave Roxanne Modafferi enough respect, and now I'm pretty worried because I made a sizable bet on O'Neill parlayed with the main event, parlayed with Adesanya. So, there's some props I like on O'Neill. You could take O'Neill by decision at minus 110, which I like as a prop, but I'm not going to take that prop because I've already committed to her to win as a parlay piece. I probably would not recommend doing that at minus 400 just because I think that is highly disrespectful to Roxanne Modafferi. So part of why I got so excited for that price tag on Casey O'Neill is that Roxanne Modafferi announced that this is her retirement fight, and that just does not bode well for fighters when they're taking that last training camp for a fight, and that last fight, usually they look for the door, and I got excited on that narrative and took Casey O'Neill as a parlay piece. So yeah, I'm kind of sweating that one. I regret that choice already. Anyways, a nice underdog pick. I liked Derek Brunson, but now that the price tag is all the way down to plus 128, I no longer like Derek Brunson. So I'm hopping. I said in my last video, I'm staying on the Derek Brunson money train as an underdog. He's paid us a lot of money so far as an underdog, like 3 times in a row now. I'm hopping off now because this price is just too low. I thought it was going to go higher, that I might get plus 200. That I would probably have taken, but plus 128, that's just not a high enough price for me to take Derek Brunson as an underdog. So as far as fighter go, my most confident pick is probably Alex Perez. So moving on to some of the best and most confident props I see. AJ Dobson and Jacob Malkoun fight does not go to decision here. I like that one, and let's see what the current price is for that because Again, I see AJ Dobson is coming in here, kill or be killed type of fighter we've seen on the regional scene, making his debut against the guy in Jacob Malkoun that looks like he has a little bit of durability problems. This guy got taken out by Phil Hawes in about 15 seconds upon his debut, and AJ Dobson kind of fights with that same blitz style as soon as the door is open to the cage. So going the distance is fight does not go the distance is minus 175. I do like that prop right now. That's still, I think, a decent bet because if AJ Dobson does not get the knockout early, he's probably going to gas himself out at some point in the fight. And Malkoun is a jiu-jitsu coach for Robert Whittaker, so he's got a clear path to win against a fatigued fighter in AJ Dobson should he not get the knockout. So minus 175 on that I like. Another spot I like is fight goes to decision in the Bobby Green Nasrat Haqparast fight. I think we're getting a discount on the Bobby Green, going to decision line here. Usually Bobby Green fights going to decision or the over 2.5s are like minus 300 or something more than that because Bobby Green is just known to be a decision, kind of a point fighter style. But since he was able to take out El Iaquinta in his last fight in the first round, El Iaquinta, a guy coming off of a long layoff, not very durable. I think we're getting a bit of a recency discount on Bobby Green here. So I like that. Minus 185 for fight goes to decision, Bobby Green, Nasrat Haqparast. I like that. Plus 145 on the Green by decision is how I see this going, but Bobby Green does not have good rapport with the judges usually. This guy is always getting robbed out of close fights, so I probably would chicken out of taking that and just go with the fight goes decision at minus 185. Another bet I like is Adesanya by decision. I got this earlier in the week at plus 170. I like that a lot. I'm not even sure what that would be right now. It's probably a little bit lower than that now, but I just see that as the path to victory. I think they're going to have a little bit more of a feeling out process, mostly on the side of Robert Whittaker in this fight. I think he's going to take his time and not rush in like last time and get knocked out. So I think that'll burn time on the clock. If he goes to his wrestling, I think that'll burn more time on the clock. And I think they're going to have a lot of respect for each other in this fight, and it'll be a long 5-round fight, and Adesanya comes out by decision at plus 170. So I have that. Like I mentioned, I do like Casey O'Neill, to beat Roxanne Modafferi by decision. That is at minus 110, and that's because pretty rare for a women's fight that you get that kind of price tag on somebody going to decision and winning. But that's because Casey O'Neill has had a lot of finishes so far in her career. So you got a discounted line on there. But Roxanne Modafferi is very durable. She hasn't been finished in a fight in, several years. So I don't see it happening in this fight. I think this is Casey O'Neill's toughest test so far. So taking Casey O'Neill minus 110 to win by decision. Or if you just want to cover both sides, fight goes the distance is minus 185 in a women's bout, which is, I think, again, a highly discounted price. So those are my best props. Again, like I said, checking out on the Brunson. I thought I was going to get more plus money on Derek Brunson in this fight, but it's just down to plus 128. I can't do it. So even the by decision prop is not high enough for me. But those are my best fighters. They're Jeremiah Wells, Ronnie Lawrence, Alex Perez, Sergey Morozov, and Casey O'Neill. So good luck in all your betting action. I can't wait for this fight card.